So, hello, ladies, and hello, everyone who is listening to this. I just want to see something here. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay, so this morning, what is the date today? It is the 27th of November, 2020. It is our famous year of reset. It is our famous year where every single being on this planet and around this planet is somehow being shaken and stirred and completely realigned, readjusted, reprogrammed, everything, including the animals, including, nature, everything. You think of the beginning when the shutdown happened, we had penguins in the street and we had animals coming into towns all around the world. The sea reset, everything's reset. So of course, we're going to reset as well. So today I want to just give you Suzie's version of 101 so that you have an understanding of what is going on with you. Because yesterday, being the 26th of November, was an interesting energy weather pattern on the planet. And of course, because we are all energy, the weather pattern comes through us. Okay? So if you can imagine that all of us, you, me, and animals are all channels, and we are all energy, okay? Our default setting of energy is the love frequency. We were born as love, even though some of us may not have been born into love. Trust me, your default setting of energy is a love frequency, which is the God frequency, which is the creative frequency, okay? And because we are energy and because we are the love frequency, our energy field knows that love frequency. It knows that better feeling frequency. It knows it. It is a knowing that we are love. It is a knowing that we feel better every day when we are feeling happier, love, joy, laughing, when we are serving others, when we have everything is in a positive, lighter state, correct? We feel better. More things happen. Good things happen when we feel better. So the clothes that we have been taught to wear, as in the energy clothes of the environments that most of us have grown up in, has not been to nurture our love setting. It has been a society of programs that are all fear-based, that have been put upon us. Okay? So anything that is negative, Kylie, anything that is negative, Antoinette, is a feeling that is opposite to that love, happy feeling. It's got that feeling that goes straight to the pit of our stomach first, of that sick feeling. Correct? Uneasiness, uncertainty, panic, worry is a huge one. Anything that is not our default setting of love is a program that the world and how we society has been programmed into. It is not our default setting. So when our default setting wants to come out, what happens with these programs? They all get shaken and stirred, and we then as beings react accordingly as we have been conditioned and programmed to react. Correct? So what is happening in the world at the moment, and what has happened for thousands and thousands of years, is that the human species, you can actually say the whole earth and animals, everyone has been put under stress, and everyone has been put under this fearful frequency of control. And most of it comes out when it has to do with money, when it has to do with our freedom, when it has to do with our relationships. But the bottom line is our default setting of love, which is within us, never leaves. So no matter how bad or dark a person is, there is always that light. So with the knowledge now that we have been conditioned and we have reacted to negative, okay, what happens is our environment and our life and our everything around us, our existence, is in pure harmony with how much of that love frequency we are holding on to, we are expanding on or not. So if you just look immediately at around your surroundings and what your life is right in this moment after the day that you had yesterday, okay, those negative feelings, those vibrations that go through us, whether you can comprehend this or not, as I said earlier, they are programs. They are not our default setting. So where the hell do they come from? And why are they stuck in my body? The thing to know now is that it's time for them to leave. And you have the power to do it because you have a knowing that your default setting is love. Now, love is a frequency. Love is a frequency. You know, they talk about the law of attraction. The law of attraction is your body becomes a magnet for anything good, but you have to create the environment of that good. Is that not so? So if you have a knowledge that we are programmed and have negative on one side of the coin, on the other side of the coin is where the positive is. How do we now, where the entire world is churning, negative, chaos around us, people losing jobs, relationships exploding, anger. There are so many emotions in this world that are coming out now, whatever happened this year, and how we have been controlled emotionally and throughout our lives, it is all coming out. But your job, Kylie, and your job, Antoinette, and my job, Suzie, and anyone who is listening to this, is to now get very selfish in nurturing your default setting emotionally to become that magnet, to attract more like-minded frequencies into your story. So the 101 on energy is when you were born, you were a frequency of love. You came into the world, there would have been a mother and a father or not. Whatever environment you were then nurtured in, from whatever adult, your frequency then, because it's energy, it all mixes, became part your carer and you. Part mother, part father, part siblings, dogs, cats, the average of your house. Whatever was going on in that property, you are the average of that energy composition, that energy field. And you grow up with guidance from those energy fields and with verbal communication, whether it be good or bad. You grew up with believing things because whoever was in your energy field had belief from their mothers, their fathers, or whoever they grew up with. They became an average. So when we get to adult and when we get to where we are today, We are now this average of everything that has gone around us and everyone and conditions, etc. I think that without it, when the light switched on for me, when I realized that being a separate energy field, there was so much of the external world that was attached to me that wasn't my love default setting. And when I started analyzing, you can actually draw a picture, like you can draw a circle, put, you know, Suzie in the middle, Antoinette in the middle, Kylie in the middle. Put everything, put circles around you and think, who am I made up of? What is the emotion? What are the feelings and things going through me? You can put your relationship because you feel good, bad, or what have you, but you've got a personal relationship, whether it be a husband, a boyfriend, a wife, whatever that is. You have a child, you have a home, you have a dog, you have a job or not, or you have things that you're doing. All of their energy fields are making up you. But when you step aside and you realize, now hang on a sec, I've got everybody else's stuff stuck on me that I'm giving energy to and attention to. Whoa, stop the bus. Who am I? Kylie, who are you? Who are you? Antoinette, who are you? We are energetic beings, benevolent beings, come to experience a human life in a human vessel, in a human body, a channel. We are flowing fluid energy right through us. As above, as below. We are not, I am not you, Kylie. I am not you, Antoinette. I am not anyone around me but Suzie. So what is my frequency address? Who am I? What am I? What is my unique radio station? When I arrived in this world many years ago, that default setting of mine, that is my address. How can I expand on it in today's chaos? I can either look at this disruption around me as the worst thing that's possibly happened to me, or I can look at this and I can think, wow, everything that is making me rattle this year, where am I going to live? What's my job going to be? Where am I going to get finance for this? With my kids, my health, everything is worry. And it's not serving anyone if I come across in a frequency of a program. So in order for you to find out your home address, your frequency, your radio station, your default setting, you have to step back from everything that is around you and ask yourself the question, who am I? What am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? Universe, and your purpose is your default setting. Your purpose is to be love. You are love. Is to be more and more of that frequency. And to get so selfishly, ruthlessly selfish in now building your home of your energy field with love and with happy. But how do you do that with all this chaos? You fucking stop. You stop and you make a decision that enough is enough. And you open your eyes and you just see that these default, these programs that are coming through me, not that this emotion that is coming through me is coming through a channel now. I've dealt with the stuff already. Therefore, it is not mine anymore. It's not, it's collective energies coming through you. It's waves of emotion that you go, flip, I've sorted that. I thought I had already processed that. Your only job now is to let it, like a weather pattern, flow through your energy field like a weather pattern. When a wave comes across the ocean and eventually crashes on the shores, it's gone. It's done its thing and it goes back. Okay? Let these waves of emotion come through you, but don't be attached to them. Oh my God, I'm crying again. I'm upset about, or what have you. Cool. I know this emotion. It's not mine. I love the things, return to sender. Return it to sender. It's not yours. 95% of your frequency, your radio station, ladies, is not yours. It's your conditioning around you. It's everything around you, but not you. You are only a tiny little bit, because that's all we have been told that we are. That we need to be worrying about everybody else. We need to be worrying about everything external, not internal. So it's time to stop. It's time to do your energy check of your default setting of love. And that basically is how kind are you being to you? How are you speaking to yourself? What are you listening to? What are you choosing to lighten up your energy field and get back to expanding your default setting of love? What are you choosing? Are you choosing to wake up in the morning and work on your 17 seconds of locking yourself into a happy frequency? Are you choosing that? Because if you're waking up and picking up your telephone and straight into the telephone, or rolling over and talking to someone, or straight up default dogs bounced on you, or you are put the news on as your alarm clock wakes on its default onto the news, you're becoming the average of whatever you're listening to straight away. So your default setting is already in Facebook with all those emotions. Your default setting has now been coated with a message from WhatsApp that has upset you. You have to anchor yourself first thing in the morning. After sleep, you get to reset. First thing in the morning, you have to anchor yourself in your bliss. In that tiny little bit that you think that you've got inside there, you've both got it. We've all got it. And then you've got to milk it. And how do you milk it? You actually look after it like a baby. Love it. Take that little bit of spark in you and physically look at it as if it was a baby and love it. That's you. Kylie, you are your best friend inside there. That voice inside you is you. It's your best friend. It's that friend that you can turn to whenever you want to. Don't shout at her. Love her. Love her first as a baby. Nurture her. Speak kinder to her. How are you doing today, Kylie? What can I do to make you happier today, Kylie? What can I do that will put a smile on your face, Kylie, today? Talk to your inner person. And those first 17 seconds, go listen to Abraham again. Grab your pillow. Grab whatever you can, but it is your 17 seconds. Nobody gets to hijack the start of your day except yourself. Nobody gets to hijack it except you. 17 seconds times 4 is 68 seconds. You start getting a little bit of momentum. 68 seconds. If you can just wake up and lie there and be in a the most selfish, selflessly blissful state. And do that every day. Waking up, the same habit, the same motion. And when you get out of bed, you start being grateful. Before you even get up, start being grateful. Gratitude was, and still is, my bottle of pills. Pick a pill, find something to be grateful for. Those are my happy pills. Any dust that comes up in my space, I realize was just a program, it's not mine. And straight away I nip it in the bud. I go, thank you for sharing. Return to sender. Cheers. I'm going to thank you so much for my beautiful rose painting. You know, my friend Tammy really did a fabulous job. And I think of that whole story when I got the painting and everything. I put a smile on my face and off I go. Any dust that comes through you now is a choice whether you want to hold onto it and expand it into that old victim state of crying and moping and woe is me and oh my God, there's no hope. And I'll get over it. Don't worry. Get me a tissue. I'll cry for another half an hour. All you're doing is putting your energy field, coating it with mud. That victim mode is like, you know, with all these negative programs going around, the only thing that I keep being shown is my mother used to work at John Orr's, or was it Stutford? It's John Orr's in Santon City in Joburg. And she was on the switchboard with those things with that you pulled out, or somebody was on the switchboard with those strings, those plugins that you pulled out, those old switchboards. Those are negative programs that are in you, and that is what it looks like. When you start feeling fear, you look at this and go, "Fuck, this is a negative program. This is not me. My default setting is love." And let it flow through you. Take a deep breath. If you have to go stand outside and take deep breaths and let the waves of emotion come through, it's just the collective coming through you now. You're a channel for it. Let it go. It's not mine. Let it go. I was programmed to feel fearful where my default setting is love. If you can walk away from moments where you're feeling fearful in your day, when you're feeling sad, and you can go and step outside and stand on the grass and take your shoes off and take some deep breaths and start looking at the leaves on the tree and hearing the birds and watching the wind or hearing the wind on your skin. Be present. Come into the now. Because what you're doing energetically is you're creating a new you, a new version of frequency, a new radio station, or you're expanding on that love frequency of yours. And you're expanding it and expanding it and expanding it. And the little things that you can do are to start bringing yourself more into presence. Because your tomorrow is determined by your radio station tuning today. In fact, your next minute is determined by your radio station now. In fact, your next 10 seconds is determined by your radio station now. You have 10 seconds for a decision of a frequency to stay in your field or not. I am feeling low. I'm feeling a wave of sadness. I choose to let it through to me. Thank you for sharing. This is not mine. Return to sender. Let it through. Gratitude. Sure. Thank you so much for this glass of water. Thank you. 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 Breathe. Move on. My 10 seconds is reset. When you are really, really down, the really only way to cure it is to sleep, to meditate, take yourself for a walk in nature. Get off technology. They have upped the frequencies. They are sucking you into Facebooks. They are sucking you into negative. They are upping everything. You have to own your home, #home frequency from the moment you open your eyes or have an awareness that you are awake. And then you have to make a decision, because you now have an awareness that your default setting is love, that you are going to nurture that every day. And you nurture it by being kinder to yourself. How are you speaking to yourself? Are you in gratitude? What are you grateful for throughout the day? Gratitude is your happy pill. When you realize how much you have, thank you for my health. It expands it. Thank you for this beautiful glass of water. It will bring another. Thank you for the money that I got to pay that bill. Come back with your brothers and sisters and aunties and uncles. Thank you. It's moving towards you and through you and out. It has to flow. And we have been hijacked that money is evil. If we are energy, everything's energy, and so is money. Put a face on it, ladies. Kylie, put a face on money. Put your face on money. I love you, money. I love you. Money comes to me like a puppy dog. I love you, money. I don't hang on to it. I love you. I let it go. 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 I give you freedom to flow into my account. I love you, money, because you are Kylie. You are part of me. Everything is energy. Start loving everything that you want in your life. I love joy, therefore I'm more joyful. I love trust, therefore I'm more trusting and trustful. I love passion, therefore I'm more passionate. When you have an awareness that your programming is default positive, and that society and human mankind and what is going on with this big galactical shift and hijacking, that is all going to come out and coming out. The next month, do not turn your TVs on or listen to anything, because trust me, someone will tell you. You don't need to go find out what's going on in the world. You need to create your world. And you need to get so solid by choosing who you spend time with, by choosing what you listen to, by choosing what you read, by choosing how you speak to yourself and how you speak to others. Is it nice? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Stop, choose, and then go forward. Always see yourself as at a crossroads. Is it love-based? Is it fear-based? If it's fear-based, step away from it and say, I'm going for the better feeling. It may be the path less chosen, of course, but that path that we chose with fear-based didn't serve us. So it's time to go the less trodden path. Your default setting is love. So work on it, expand on it. Kinder things to self. If it means that you withdraw from external influences that are not nurturing that for a time, then do so that you can go and create your energetic environment and address from love. And when you start that and you get more confident in it and it becomes you, it becomes more and more and more of you. We are choosing kind of things, happier music, happier things to do. You're going outside, you're connecting with nature, you're becoming present. You're creating your address from presence. And you stay in the now. Your tomorrows will be guaranteed as long as you focus on now and who you are now, what your address is now. And you will see magic happen around you. You will see and feel and witness magic happening around you. Because by you being selflessly selfish in embracing your happy and choosing to be happy, you become a beacon of a frequency for others. And to lift everyone out of this haze, you have to become the beacon first. Float your boat, and everything else rises. Everything around you. Your dog's health, Kylie. Your finances. Your family relationships. Things are highlighted where your passion is with what you love doing. And then it turns into people want to even pay you for what you're doing. Because you're coming from your being default setting of love. You're coming from a place of peace and joy and love and compassion and benevolence, kindness, 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 kindness. Always choose love. Always choose kindness. Otherwise, step back. Because there will always be someone else to come in and rush and judge, and no attachment, no judging. Those are all programs. And when you're feeling low, turn Abraham on. Turn Abraham on. I spent hours just going from one to the next to get myself into the understanding of that default setting. It is so programmed that some people will not even see it within themselves. But that's not your story. Your story is Kylie's story. Your story is Antoinette's story. My story is Suzie's story. Stay in your own story. Stay in your own story. People make up their own minds for themselves. Does it feel good? Make that choice. Does it feel bad? Step away. Everything that you consume, from thoughts to words to what, I know, Antoinette, you're eating there. Sorry, what you're eating, what you're drinking. If there's an itch of, oh, this doesn't feel right, make peace with it first before you stick it in your mouth. Thank you, food. Bless it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the nourishment you're going to give me. Your body will receive it. That's how I lost 10 kilos this year. Stood in front of the fridge and looked at it and said, body, what would you like? That inner Susie, what do you want to eat today? What do you feel like now? Actually, I'd like a glass of water. Perfect. Now what would you like to eat? And I made better choices. And when I did have the cake or the sweets or the extra glass of wine, I freaking didn't beat myself up about it. Susie, should we have a break? Should we have a cup? Should we have a piece of cake? Should we have a chocolate? Oh, thank you, chocolates are so delicious. And I got a whole experience with the chocolate. Then I know my body was receiving it without going, oh my God, I shouldn't be eating this. Everything that is negative that you even hold in your hand that you're putting in you is an energy field. You are adding energy to it and putting it in your energy field. You don't like wearing something, it came from, I don't like this top, whatever. You're putting negative on you because you already don't like it. Then you walk out feeling shit all day. Because I should never have worn those pants, they were too tight. Get flowy with your feelings, get flowy with everything. Energy moves. Choose the energy field that you are putting into yourself. And the stuck stuff will come up. But know, if you see yourself, say, as a vessel, you are now flushing it with love. What is going to happen to the old dirty parts and bits of energy that are stuck in cells and stuck in bodies and stuck in places that are painful or not circulating or whatever? What do you think is going to happen if you flood your system with an influx of love, of being kind to you and expanding on that energy field, that light in you? You think it's going to shift and adjust and come out? Absolutely. But when it does come out, you don't have to regurgitate it again and bring out the trauma. You just got to be more loving to yourself and say, put yourself in your arms again, nurture yourself. That inner light of yours, I get you. All of that hurt, all of that everything, I got you. We got this together. I love you. I love you. I love you. And that is when you start your self-love journey. I love you, Susie. I love you. I love you. I love you. Well done. You're a rock star. We can do this. We've done this. From that tiny little bit of love that I knew I had in me, that I knew I had no self-worth for self. But this journey of the energies in the world, we are shifting. The entire planet is in a weather pattern, and we are vessels on the earth. It has to come through us. If it blocks us, people are going to wipe themselves out. But your job is not them. Your job is not to worry about any of it. Your job is to worry about you. Hashtag home first. And when you switch yourself on, Kylie, and when you switch yourself, Antoinette, with being kinder and nicer from the inside out to you first, hashtag home first. Build your lighthouse first. Make choices to feed, to survive. You have to work on your self-love. And the entire world will come and match you with that frequency. Everything will shift. Everything will even look brighter and greener and bluer, and everything shifts. Abraham Hicks says, pivot. The moment you feel that fear, pivot, find something else that is love-based. So your only job, ladies, and whoever's listening to this, is me first. We've always been told how selfish it is. Don't, you first. Think of others first. That's a program. You are only worthy to mankind and to this planet and to yourself if you honor who you are. And we are an energetic frequency of love, which is our source, which is our God love. It is within us. It is our job from the inside out to go and honor it. Thank you. I get you. Thank you. I'm going to expand more on this. How am I going to look after that, nurture that little baby within me of light, of love? I'm going to feed it kindness. I'm going to feed it everything in your sensories. Everything. You get me there. What you listen to, what you will create your thinking. And the moment you start having these horrible conversations inside your head about anyone or anything, stop it. It's a program. It gets easier. It gets so much easier. Eventually you become it. But initially, you have to be aware of. You've said, no, that is not my default setting. I am love. You kick into gratitude. Gratitude will get you through the storm. Nature will get you through this weather pattern. Self-love will become you, and your entire world will open up. Any questions? Did that help? Me first. Me first. Be selfish on it. Be selfishly, selflessly selfish with owning your self-love for you. Be the mother. Be the woman. The example of what we are meant to be here. Become her. And yeah, there will be people that will fall aside, but it's out of love from your side. So there is no animosity. There's no actually, oh, I'm going to cut you out. They just frequency out of our lives because they're in a different radio station. Doesn't mean we've lost them. They're just off on their broadcasting, whatever. Stick to your radio station. Stick to your beacon. Stick to your home. Become your home frequency. And that's how you serve others, is by serving self first. And you are, it really is a frequency in your body that you give off. People come up to me and go, who are you? What are you? Like, oh my God, you like so happy and so positive. Like, can I come and even stand in your energy field? So you make sure that you don't get sucked into theirs. You always own yours. Let me own it. Because you're the light that other people are looking for. They were like, oh, I felt so much better when I saw you. I felt so much better when I spoke to you. Thank you. Thank you for your light, for activating more of mine within me. You become a light wherever you go, whether you're in the, just by, you don't even have to open your mouth, just by presence. I watch people around me. It's fascinating. And you don't have to say a word. You are a frequency of a being, of light, of love. So pivot away from what's going on in the world and pivot towards what you're inviting in. It's a new world, it's a new day, it's a new story. It's a whole new reality we're creating, but it starts with nurturing self first. Okay? You get to drive the weather pattern. You are powerful. It's your own weather pattern. It's your universe. It's your world. Just learn how to do it by applying. 17 seconds. Go back to the Abraham, back to basics, and have an understanding and awareness that this dust is not yours and it too shall pass. Just let it go. Not mine. Thank you. Return to sender. Cheers. Pivot. Oh, go to the sun. Thank you, sunshine. Bring yourself always back into presence. By living in the presence, you're creating your future. By worrying about the future, you'll stay there. Same story, different day. Bring it into the now. And if it means you have to slow down your life for a little while with regards to being more present, more walks, not thinking about tomorrow, you're not planning the future, and you're not harping on the behind. You're being consciously aware of the sand in your toes if you're on the beach. You're being aware of how you're feeling, your heart space is feeling now. Gratitude is presence. Gratitude for now is presence. It's just training. It's just back to school, back to basics. Okay.
Thank you, Suzie.
Pleasure. Yay. You got that. I heard you. I saw you. The releases there. Well done.
Feels so much better. Thanks, Suzie.
Just always bring it back in. Small bites, eh?
Yeah.
Antoinette, you're good.
Thank you so much.
There's your volume. Pleasure. Okay, ladies, go rock this world. Go rock today, but it starts with now. Stick in the now.
No.
If you have not read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, there is an audio version on YouTube. You can actually just get it there. I suggest that you both get that, The Power of Now, and whoever's listening to this. Because it's building blocks. Your now is your foundation, your first brick of the rest. So you have to be present. Presence is a whole different story.
It's a brilliant book.
Okay,
Thank you, Suzie. Much love. Bye.
Okay. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.